What's up, everybody? It's your favorite son's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Son Goku from SH Figuarts. Now, for those who don't know or are new to the channel or new to watching my reviews of Dragon Ball Z figures, the shtick to my reviews with this is that I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z other than the name and some of the character names. I purposefully don't do any research on it, so it's like getting a fresh perspective on what this feels like to someone who knows nothing about it. It's supposed to be fun. If you think that you're insulting me by saying I don't know what I'm talking about, you're not, because I don't care. So you gotta relax. I just have fun with these. Luckily, Mr. Andy Ping sends me these. He has them sent directly to my house from his toy e-tailer of choice, and then I send it on to him. It's very kind of him to do so, and I definitely appreciate it. These videos don't do exceptionally well, but I have fun talking about stuff that I have no clue what it is, and people seem to get a kick out of it. So, this guy has a ton of accessories. Let's go ahead and get started. He comes with two alternate faces. One, look at the size of that Thanksgiving Day turkey face, and one, that's why my teachers told me not to do. You shouldn't do drugs. He comes with what I guess is his bow staff, and then it can probably shrink and then fit into this carrying case that he wears. That would be my guess. This is just a red plastic rod with a sprue mark cut out. Nothing special whatsoever. This is done much nicer. You have the rope that's sculpted, painted. That's on top of here, which is also painted. So that all works well. He has a magical ball. Crystal ball, maybe? Bouncy ball, looks like. Has 4 dots painted on there. Maybe it's a Dragon Ball. Maybe it is the Dragon Ball. So he comes with one of those. He comes with 2 gripping hands, 2 holding hands left and right, 2 peace sign hands, 2, round 1 fight hands, 2 karate chop hands, and 2 I'm gonna get ya hands, plus the 2 fist hands he has in the opening footage. The gripping hands work just fine. He comes with 2 tails. He has a tail, like a little woodland creature. They're brown, it's painted, and they plug in on a ball peg into his backside. He comes with a display base. I'm not gonna open it, but from what it seems like some assembly is required, and it'll plug in multiple hinges and swivels and a clasp to hold it together. And he comes with a little cloud to ride on, like those guys in Mario Brothers 2. So he can sit up there or stand up there. It's really well done. I mean, it's really well sculpted and painted. I would imagine that the stand can support it as well. And yeah, it's shaded throughout. It looks good. Now let's talk about the figure. So I'm gonna pop this face off here. All right, that gives us a much better idea of what we're looking at. So it's a ball hinge in the neck that plugs into the neck. The neck itself is stationary. It's basically a ball joint, not a peg, so to speak, but just the ball itself that sits into the back of the head. So between the swivel, the hinge, and then the ball joint in the back of the head, you should get everything that you need. Let's put it all back in place. Yeah, so all the way down to there. You can get a little bit further and cheat for a picture, but it starts to take the face off. Not far up, surprisingly. It's because of the cut here. It's because of the cut on the back of the hair. So that's a little bit of a bummer. You can get some attitude in the swivel and so forth, so that all works. The face is painted beautifully. The blacks, lines, all done well. The teeth and tongue, the little, emotion marks. All of the hair here. I will say this tail keeps popping out on me. The hair is just chunks, like some of it is sculpted and then there's additional chunks glued in, but it's all done clean and well. Let's back out a little bit. For the torso here, it's a hinge. And I'm trying to get a good look at it, but I think it's basically done the same way the neck is done, which is to say a ball hinge that goes back into a ball peg where the upper body sits, or a ball joint where the upper body sits. But as a result, you get a pretty tremendous ab crunch. There's another ball peg from the pelvis into the abdomen. So it's a pretty tremendous ab crunch. A little bit back, you get the swivel, side-to-side action, so it all works fairly well. This little piece here is all tampoed on. That looks good. The shoulders are, the actual shoulder itself is the ball hinge that pegs into a ball peg into the torso. It works really well. You get the arms all the way out. You get them all the way around. You get a bicep swivel, which is nice. You get a ball hinged elbow, that should swivel also, but you don't need it to. The wrist bit here, little bracelet, is painted, but it's not painted extremely well. We go a little bit outside the lines here and there. And then we have a ball hinged wrist, so you get, it swivels at both ends, so up, down, turn it, in, out, no problem. The belt is a floating piece. That works fine. And the belt flaps are on it's a peg, so it swivels so that you can get some like wind poses and stuff like that and kind of make your picture look, or your pose look like it makes sense. We have T-jointed ball joints for hips. That gets you out to there. We have the kind of flaps, so we've seen this before, come down and cover the joint. They'll rotate around as you move the legs, so that'll get you all the way up, this far out to the side, so all that works pretty well. This tail does not. Let's see if this tail is any better. We'll continue in a minute. Thigh swivel, single hinge knee. That is not the best from the back. From the front, it's not the best either. So that's a bit of a bummer. But outside of that, everything else works pretty well. All the wrinkles and stuff are sculpted well. We have ball hinges for ankles, gets the foot up to there, down to there. A toe hinge. The bottom of the shoe itself is painted beautifully and all works well. And you'll get a rocker if you manipulate the ball hinge around. So no real issues. The back looks fine. The tempo looks good. We're going to see if this tail is any better. No, it doesn't feel like it. This one doesn't even want to go in all the way. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Everything else though works pretty well. I don't have anything to compare him to size-wise, so to the top of his head it's about 3 7/8, and to the top of his hair it's about 4 3/4. Final thoughts wise, my only real issues are there's limited head articulation due to the back of the sculpt of the hair onto the neck, and the tail has a tendency to not stay stuck in, to not get stuck in, or to just pop off randomly. But honestly, those are my only complaints. Plenty of positives though. The sculpt is great, the paint is great. It is a lot of money for the size of figure, but it comes with a ton of accessories, including the display options. Speaking of which, the accessories I would imagine all make sense. His shrinking staff is a little on the wild side. So yeah, I think if you're into the franchise and you're into the line, that you'll be as happy with this as you will be with the rest of them, if not more. I think there is something on here, and I'm gonna try to get him to stay. There is something on here that really stands or seems to stand strong to the representation of a character. I can't say for sure if that's true here, but it seems like it is. So yeah, thanks to Andy for letting me take a look at this stuff. I can assure you that this one's well built, well painted, well sculpted, with a lot of fun accessories that are all versatile in the sense of how much they can offer the display presence. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.